Good morning. Happy Saturday. I wanted to talk briefly about juicing really fast. I got asked about juicing, my thoughts on it for weight loss. I had posted my fruit on my story the other day, and someone asked me about it and what I thought about using it to lose weight. So I wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. The first thing that comes to mind is I'm not sure how it became popular or why people like to immediately jump to juicing when they're trying to lose weight, but it is a thing. And my view on it is I don't think that there's anything bad with juicing inherently. By itself, juicing, it's not harmful. However, when you start doing things like replacing breakfast with the juice, replacing a meal with the juice, that's where I think things tend to get irresponsible and things are lacking. And what you have to realize is when you're trying to lose weight, you're not trying to eat as little as possible. You're trying to eat the most you can while still losing weight, because that window being more flexible calorically is going to allow you to get in more nutrients. When I talk about nutrients, I'm not just talking about micronutrients like vitamins, phytonutrients. I'm talking about macronutrients, protein, carbohydrates that are fibrous, leafy greens, fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, nuts, seeds, healthy oils, things like that. But if you are depriving yourself calorically, you won't have room to do that. So while you may lose weight, you're going to be losing a lot of opportunity to give your body nutrients, give your organs nutrients. Remember, this is deeper than just losing weight. You have to think on a cellular level, nutrition-wise. You have to give your cells what they need to thrive. And when you juice, the first thing that you need to know is that juicing strips things that your body needs. One of those, most importantly, being fiber. Now, there's two types, soluble and insoluble. We need both, and they come from a variety of different sources. So you can't just rely and depend heavily on juicing to provide that. When you juice, you're talking about a very, very, very low amount of calories for a meal. And technically it's not a meal. Is it nutrients? Yes. But it does not check all the boxes for what your body needs for nutrients and just for preservation, for energy, for repair. You're not just trying to lose weight. You're trying to lose body fat while preserving muscle tissue. If you don't care about muscle, you'll lose it. If you don't prepare to support that part of your process, you will lose muscle tissue. And when you lose muscle tissue, all you do is create more health issues. So you have a lot of people who have lost a lot of weight from juicing, yes, because they're taking in less calories. All weight loss is eating less calories below your body's maintenance level. That's what a calorie deficit is. Your body has a range of calories that are in maintenance form, allows you to maintain its current range of weight. When you eat below that, you're in a deficit. And if you're not losing weight, you're not in a deficit. So what you have to focus on here is there's a wide array of things that you still need to tend to. And you have people who are losing a lot of weight from juicing. Yes, they weigh less. Yes, they're smaller, but they have suffered in body composition. They have lost a lot of muscle. They also end up getting, saggy skin because they've lost the elasticity in their skin. That's what happens when you lose a lot of muscle. Their collagen will suffer. You can create more problems when you do this. Now, do I think there's an issue with incorporating juicing into an already set, standardized nutrition format where you're hitting your protein, you're hitting your carbohydrates, you're hitting your healthy fats? No. In conjunction, I don't see an issue with it. But you have to make sure that you correct and check all those other boxes first. But to lead with it and replace meals with it, I don't think that's responsible. I think you'll create more problems. You might lose a lot of weight, but you might end up what's called skinny fat because you're starving yourself. It's not just weight loss. It's energy providing to your body. It's repair for your organs. It's repair for your muscle tissue. So there's a really big picture here that you have to take into account when you juice. Lastly, there's only a couple scenarios where I think juicing really makes sense. I talked about it just now with it being an in conjunction approach with the other things. The other way is if you're sick. If you're sick and you need quick nutrients, you can't really put down solids and take them down. Juicing would be great for that because you're getting a lot of vitamins in. When we're sick, we're losing a lot of nutrients. We're sweating out a lot of nutrients: copper, iron, potassium, magnesium, and so on. So juicing can help put that back in. Of course, you would have to build yourself up back to the other macronutrients. The other situation is if you're coming off a fast and you don't want to put a lot of heavy solids on, your digestive system and your organs. When you're coming off a fast, you don't want to be aggressive going into hard solids. You want a gradual process. A lot of people fast and they do it wrong when they come off a fast. They fast wrong and they come off the fast wrong. But those are the only scenarios where I think juicing really makes sense as something that you prioritize. Other than that, you should not be replacing meals with juice if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to lose body fat, if you're trying to preserve muscle. It's dangerous. You're going to create an even bigger problem, especially if you're in the gym, strength training. Your body needs protein, and not just protein, it needs aminos, and not just aminos, it needs specific aminos that juicing cannot provide. Leucine being the most important because it's a muscle preserver and a muscle builder. Your body needs healthy fats. Your body needs fiber to push out waste. Juicing doesn't provide that. So I hope this makes sense. I know this was kind of long. I said briefly, but I lied. But I think a lot of people need to know this because there's a lot of people who think they can be self-taught around nutrition. And what we're doing is we're allowing social media to influence us instead of getting in the classroom or getting with somebody who can teach us one-on-one, tailor it to us. It's a lot of people who are missing an opportunity to learn, and there's time going by and you're still not able to apply the tools because you haven't really learned how to do it properly. So my encouragement is, if you're juicing, you're replacing meals to lose weight with juicing, I think you need to stop.